spend time with and what you listen to has the single biggest impact on human beings.
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm well, my friend. What's your name?
My name is Kyle.
Kyle.
I don't know if I can give you anything.
Sure can.
I knew I was going to see you at some point today. I have a bunch of old Jets cards.
I will take those, my man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Question I have is, I had twin daughters, I want to say a week before the pandemic hit. My girls were born March 2nd. In the hospital, those next couple of days trying to figure things out, came home, everything shut down. Last 4 years have been absolutely insane. I'm an insurance broker trying to build my agency, do a lot of independent work with a bunch of different carriers. I'm able to help out so many people in Philadelphia. I'm from Pennsylvania. Being an entrepreneur, building up your business and your brand, how has that impacted your family life? How have you juggled being a present father?
Yep.
I didn't grow up with my dad around.
Yep.
So the eager eagle and trying to deal with being the patient pig.
Yeah.
I'm that middle ground.
Yeah.
Because I know I can go get it, but I know that I want to be there. So
this is a super fun question that I think will bring a lot of value to a lot of people. So, couple things. First and foremost, I think a lot of you know this. I love talking about parenting and parenting advice, but I like to talk about it in the macro. I think actually one of the craziest things in the world to do is to tell someone else how to parent their children. They have no context. It's crazy talk. 1. 2, I think the greatest gift that parents could give themselves is grace. There is no confusion, I think, to anyone that parenting is an incredibly challenging job, right? You love them so much. Of course, fear is part of the equation. You're scared to lose them. You're scared for something to happen that's bad. I just saw my mom and she's like, who's the guy that elbowed you? I'm gonna kill him. Then she's like, I'm 48, that's where her mind goes, right? So when you're parenting, it's hard. Plus, then it becomes circumstantial. I had a father who came to this country with nothing. We lived in a studio in Queens and had to build a life. So I didn't have the luxury of having him around. So when I became a parent, I was a workaholic too, but I was around more than my dad. And so I don't know, at the time when it was happening, I was like, I'm around because my context that I grew up with was different. And so even though I knew I was working a lot and more than my contemporaries, by the standards of what I grew up with, I thought I was putting in a lot of time. My children are 15 and 11 now, and now you're in a place where you can start to understand, like, well, how do you feel about it? And probably 3, 4, 5, 2 years ago, I was like, you know what? I want to adjust and put more time in now because once it's 18, we all know the story, right? I don't choose to beat myself up even though I feel like I've wanted to adjust. I think one of the great mistakes that parents do is they beat themselves up. You're trying. You're doing the best you can. That doesn't mean don't be accountable and don't give yourself a pass. Where I'm going with is this. The fact that you're even asking me this question means your twin girls are very lucky. You're gonna try. But I also don't want you to beat yourself up because you're trying to build something for your family. This goes back to the middle. When people wear a badge of honor that they've never missed a kid's, volleyball game in 18 years, I think that's beautiful. But then a lot of those people that I meet are also talking to me about how their careers are in big trouble and they need help and there's a problem. And I'm like, maybe you went too far. Where I'm going with that is, it's not the cool, noble thing for me to tell you that it's okay for you to miss the recital of your twin girls on a Friday. But I can tell you as a human being that if that happens to coincide with you closing the biggest deal for your insurance company of all time, that's something you have to focus on. And children react to intent. This is very important because humans do. Children react to intent. There's plenty of parents that went to every event but were on their phone the whole time or were talking to the buddy next to them. So they checked the box that they went to the Little League game, but their kid knows they didn't give a crap. They were there to have a couple of beers with the buddies and weren't paying attention to them at all. Intent matters. So as long as those girls know that you love them and you intend to love them and you tried to the best of your abilities, but occasionally things popped up, I think work-life balance is a very interesting framework. First of all, what's balance? Who gets to decide? You and your partner get to decide. then your kids will tell you about it when they're 20. Even when you have the greatest parents in the world, you have plenty of feelings about what they did wrong, right? So like there's nobody who's grown up who doesn't say, I wish they did this, or I wish they did that, or I have feelings about that. It's the most special bond of parenting, right? But I think that you can't beat yourself up. You're trying to provide, and there's going to be times where you have to make a sacrifice. And as long as you're deciding and you feel good about your decision, I think people would be very shocked how resilient children are to the occasional missteps of a parent. But I think the intent is the punchline.
Thank you.
You're welcome, my man.
We're just going to quickly reset for the book signing and photo.
Question for you.
Yes.
I'm going to school to be a vet, right?
Yes.
Like a veterinarian.
Yes.
But we also have like a business of like breeding dogs for 20 years. My
Love
parents
that.
did
Yep.
it, so like I'm building it now. How do I
Bring them
cross the two?
together?
Yeah. Or don't keep them separate.
Both will work.
Okay.
I think the thing you do is predominantly focus on doing social media content about both,
Yeah.
and then organically and see what happens and let it come to you and then make decisions on what to do with it.
Out of your mind, what's first? Besides Instagram, I'm every day.
TikTok, I mean, YouTube Shorts is huge.
Okay.
It's much bigger than people realize.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Question for you.
Yes.
Let me take a picture first.
Okay.
So I'm young, and I spoke to your sister about it because
Yep.
she just came
Yeah,
up
I
with
saw
it.
you were
But,
talking.
As a real estate agent,
Yes.
in the space where there's so much clutter,
Yes.
how do you, I want to become, everybody wants to be luxury, of
course.
but I have a problem networking because I don't drink and do all the things that networking.
Drinking is not a requirement for network. Don't come up with an
I feel
excuse.
like our society builds it as,
I mean, believe it or not, even in this business, I didn't drink.
okay.
Golfing, hosting dinners. There's a million ways to make coffee.
Coffee shop.
100%.
Okay.
Don't let that get in your head.
Okay.
All right. Good luck. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Thank you for coming.
Can I ask
Such
you
a
some
pleasure.
advice?
Of course, brother.
So, people always ask me, like, what do I want to do when I grow up?
Yep.
And I'm only 16,
Yeah.
so I don't really have it all figured out yet. So
Yeah.
I would
So
want to ask you.
Tell them you have no idea. I mean, most people who are 40 don't know what they want to do for a living. Yeah, I promise you, like, first, don't worry about anybody else's questions on you as pressure to you having to figure out anything. And here's a good one. When they ask you, ask them what they wanted to be when they were 16, and then ask them if they ended up doing it. You'll learn a lot either way. If they say yes, like me, then I'll explain why. And if they say no, it'll remind them that most people don't know what they want to do at 16.
Thank you.
Amazing. Nice